We've made it, disc golf fans, to the final round of this major, the 2024 Tim Selinske United States Masters Disc Golf Championships, presented by Innova. My name is Chris German, owner, founder, Gatekeeper Media, along with Team Latitude 64's Kevin Gleason. We've been calling the shots all week, and Kev, Cary, North Carolina does it right. This event has been absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see this finish.
All the parks department, all the volunteers, all the staff, everyone's doing an amazing job on these courses. They both look beautiful. Scott Conway still at negative 26. Cale Leviska one behind him at 25. Somebody brand new to the lead card this time is Michael Johansen, and Matthew Blankley tied with him at 22.
Yeah, all four of the guys still in it. I kind of feel like MJ might have been avoiding us until the final round to, make his appearance and possibly win this thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I figured MJ would be there the whole time. Hole one, OB all the way down the left side of this fairway. If you see the flags all the way back in front of the drone, the OB comes in front of them and runs down the road. So the road's actually inbounds. You're looking to throw something 350 off the tee, maybe a mid-range to keep it in or a fairway. Just keep it inbounds and then throw a sidearm and nice turnover for your second shot.
First on the tee, we have Scott Conway.
Scott Conway, the local boy, I guess you would say, local man.
Guy that's been killing it this week. I don't think he's not had the lead. I think there might have been one or two times he's been tied with Cale, but since the first round, putting up that scorcher, he has been in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I think he's had a one or two stroke or even more lead every round. First two rounds bogey-free. Matthew Blankley went bogey-free first two rounds. Scott looks to, I was about to say push that too wide, but I believe that's perfect.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Anywhere past that little pipe right there that you see coming out of the ground is a great landing zone.
Thanks, buddy. Thank y'all.
Cale got the lead down the one stroke at the end there over at Buckhorn, grabbing a birdie on hole 18.
And if you've never been to Diavolo, I believe it's normally a 22-hole layout. They've moved it down to 18 holes for this tournament, but those short pads out there look a lot of fun.
Yeah, I actually played them after we filmed this round, and this is slowly becoming, not slowly, quickly becoming a top 10 course for me.
Nice. 21 in the world on UDisc, and I believe 3 in North Carolina, but I played a lot of North Carolina golf, and this is definitely one of the better ones I've played, so it's definitely top 3. MJ, one of the smoothest throwers I've ever watched. And that's perfect.
Yep, gets
I believe
right
Cale,
past that landmark you were talking about.
yeah, I believe Cale might be a little pinched off over there in the wood line, but he should be just fine, though, off his drive. Matthew Blankley.
We got Blankley 3 out of the 4 rounds, just other than the feature card. He's been up here at the top.
Kind of hiding in the background.
Like I mentioned, he's just hanging out. We were saying the Scott and Cale show, but Matthew only 4 strokes out.
It needs to get down.
Oh, that hit off the road. That's going to skip OB.
It's so hard. You're throwing from up higher than your landing zone, so you really have to push the tree line as much as you possibly can, because if you don't push that tree line, it just hyzers out.
Big Anheuser shot here from Cale, and that is great. That's going to push him right to the edge of circle.
Great shot. MJ going with a sidearm around the corner.
Wow, finger pop out of Michael J on the second shot.
I've noticed in the last few years he's been throwing a few more of those than he
Yeah,
used
for
to.
sure.
I still personally just don't throw them. Scott going turnover. Maybe his footing being on the edge of the hill.
That's looking the best out of the group so far. Then he's get down. Yep.
Inside the circle.
Blankley going to try to save par.
He got way down there, though.
This is way down there, too. A little long. Not as long as round 2. Cale farthest out. Uphill putt, and very
Just
similar to what happened to him round 2. This kind of
Yeah,
feels
a little
like deja
shy.
vu.
A little bit higher on that one. I think the back of his putter caught the nub and just kind of popped him out.
So unfortunate there.
Let's see if Scott wants to win this thing. Just enough.
He willed that in there. All you need is just enough, right?
Got 2 strokes now on Cale. MJ still has a putt for birdie. MJ's usually one to just step up there, look at that basket, and throw it in there.
This is a good distance to kind of get your round started, get the confidence up. Good putt from MJ.
Yeah, nice little spinner. Just pops it and just runs, floats right to the basket.
So with the cut, this hole played a lot easier, only 0.1 over par compared to the 0.3 that we saw in the first round.
Okay. It's a tough hole. It's a great starting hole. It's one that you just want to get through, maybe even just a par sometimes. Hole 2, 565 feet. Trying to land somewhere right here where all these really fast-moving people are, and then throw a second shot with pretty much any disc in your bag. Sometimes you'll need something like a putter to flip up and run straight because it is a tight turn still after.
Yeah, I feel like the tree line kind of juts in on the right side down near the green. Very easy for you to kind of push it a little too right and a little too long.
Yeah, correct. It was a good shot by Scott.
And that flips up real nice if it gets through clean.
And that was perfect. You almost have to throw something that's a little bit flippier. Put it on a hyzer that fights around the corner and kind of tries to run straight a little bit. But not as straight as Johanni's flight. The round when we were out here before. I played with him this round, and he almost threw it that far again. Come on, Matthew, turn. And see, like right there, Matthew got a little bit too straight on his disc.
And this is a tough angle for Cale. You could just see the
Cool.
hyzer route really not there. He's going to have to go to the left of this tree, and whoo.
That was almost perfect.
Yeah.
He's down there. That's an easy par. Maybe even have something to throw at. But you'll notice when we get down here, this basket is on one of those beautiful elevated rocks.
Yeah, this is one of the more scenic greens on the course. I mean, the mature pines are just majestic, you know? It's like, I like what Catchcam PJ said was like, it's a cathedral of trees out here. That's a good out there from Matt.
Yeah, just getting him in the center. MJ's pretty far down there.
Yeah, you might have to throw a little bit of a flex. No, you can go right at it.
Yeah, maybe banger.
Perfect.
Right up to the rock.
Yeah. That's a tap-in birdie there for MJ.
That's how you do it. MJ birdie start. That was a favorable kick, I'm going to say, for Scott's disc just then.
Big time. He's well inside the circle now. That too.
Oh, yeah. 2 for 2.
Well, it looks like if you pull it just a touch and you hit that right tree there at the right angle, you can go right under the basket.
Yeah, Cale just laying it up there. Running at the basket with the rock the way it is, you can really, if you don't commit to the putt and you hit that rock, you could roll away to outside the circle.
Yeah. We did have a throw in here. Shout out Alan Jansen. Had about 178-foot throw in for the birdie. And they were on the chase car right in front of us, and we were waiting on the tee, and we heard one go in.
Yeah, I was on third card, and we heard the yelling right beside because we were on the next on hole 3, and they threw it in. I was like, it's got to be a 3, wasn't it? Hole 3, 285 feet. The hole plays to where you think you want to throw the outside left tree lines, but I've noticed that the people that throw it a little bit tighter actually get closer to the basket. A couple guardian trees around the basket. If you hit them, it's going to put you at that same 30-foot mark.
Yeah, a little too straight here from MJ, it looks like. And then
He called a
kicks.
tree.
Yeah.
That looks like a good turn.
Yeah. Love the angle. Should scoot on up. Yep.
Yep.
Pin high, right inside the circle.
Great shot. Great angle control. That's a flippy disc.
Yeah, it is. And kind of the same spot he was in round 2. So we're seeing a lot of the similar landing spots here for Cale to start.
That needs a
Oh,
turn.
Yeller.
A little wide. Matthew up first. Probably just looking to get this close. Close in the basket.
Oh, yeah, you know it.
We're going to get one of them slow motion replays, I bet. Wow.
Great throw in there from Matt to save the 2. And out of the hand, it looked really good. No slow-mo.
No slow-mo, just
the 2-time replay.
look at that. That's perfect. Back to even for Matt for the round. No, MJ's not in the woods as far as it looked like after the kick.
Pitch out, takes 3. Cale now just outside the circle, and I swear the exact same spot as round 2. Just a little low this time.
A little bit low. Scott has a 3-stroke lead over second right now.
Yeah, 2 out of first 3 is very good at this course.
Well, this is the kind of course you can birdie it one day and bogey it the next day. So it's a very tough but reasonable course. Every hole has a line, pretty wide line. Great course.
What's up, guys? It's Ezra Robinson, and I'm here to show you how to use bird sauce from Dirty Birdie. Put a little dab on your fingers or wherever you want grip. Once you fan it, get some air on there, turns to chalk, and this will stay on for 6 to 9 holes. Clips to my bag, super easy, and I don't have to worry about it every single hole.
You want a new disc, but you're overwhelmed by all of the options. Well, we've got you covered. Meet the Innova Pathfinder Guides, a series of graphics that match a set of discs for your style of play, curated by our own Riley O'Neill and Eric Schwann. Whether you're the beginner, the crusher, or anywhere in between, we've got a lineup for you. So scan the QR code, find a guide that matches your style of play, and discover your path to a better game. If you haven't seen these, you're missing out. All right, back to the action.
Hole 4 and our first par 5, 939 feet. Looking to throw just a controllable shot, land somewhere around here. Second shot doesn't need to be that far, somewhere in this area. And then you're looking for a turn over to the basket. If you do, you turn your second shot over down to the right. There is a nice line still to the basket from there.
Scott with the box again, and he's going to execute this shot. And I love it, just on that right side.
Perfect.
Knowing that it's going to fade back there at the end.
Landing in the grass in the woods. That grass just glows in these fairways. Guy needs to flip.
Oh, no.
There is a little room down there.
We could still see it land, so that's
Yeah.
a good sign. He's probably not too deep. But it's all about the lie. MJ put a full move on this.
A little bit higher up than Scott's, but about the same distance. Kels need to slow down.
And it does not.
And it's going to be pinched off in there. I know because I was in there the first round we were out here. Yeah, Matthew probably isn't that bad where he is. There's, like I said, it's a nice little opening right there. They cleared out a lot of that area. Caught the last tree coming out.
This shot is insane. The angle that Cale had and the gap that he hit 20 feet down the fairway. I mean, these trees right there. And for it to stand up and then run the whole right side and miraculously not hit anything and push down there is bonkers.
He definitely got a lot farther than I did when I threw from there. MJ throwing a little flip up down that left gap.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
He's got birdie on the mind.
Matthew still playing a little bit of scramble golf.
Hey, hanging out on the right side, and that seems to be a theme, is if you get on the right side, sometimes you just kind of work your way down the entire right side.
But like I said, the right side really isn't that bad once you get down to that bottom. It's fairly open. Scott and MJ about in the same area.
Yeah, we'll see if Scott is kind of pinched behind a tree or anything, but
these kind of courses will just eat you up sometimes. Thumber line. He's got a great thumber.
dude, one of the better thumber throwers I know.
Who's your favorite thumber thrower?
My favorite thumber thrower? Probably J.C. Kester.
Okay, I had to say mine's Brian Schweberger.
I mean, Schwebe's a solid choice.
It does have a crown on his thumb if you ever get one of his discs.
I think J.C. Kester was the first time I actually saw someone throw a thumber and could throw a thumber very far.
Yeah.
From Colorado. So seeing a thumber go 450 feet,
Isn't that wild?
it blew my mind. So to this day, J.C., keep throwing them thumbers, dude. All right, Blakely finally getting into the green, and you hear the sigh. He definitely worked hard on this one.
Get down. Just a bit high. A bit low on the one before, a bit high on that one. Scott to take a 4-stroke lead. I think Scott's here to win it, man.
Yeah, that's going to be a 4-stroke lead.
If there's any nerves in that man's body right now, you can't tell. He's focused.
Yeah, he's had the look all week. Blakely taking the bogey. I mean, after working down that right side fairway, it could have been much worse with one more kick back into the woods or something. So,
Kellen and MJ tied at second now. Scott and MJ 3 for 4.
Cale's still trying to get on the board.
Yeah. Hole 5, 625 foot. Not the longest of par 4s, but if you look down to those white flags on the right side, there's OB all the way down the right side. You're looking to land about right here. And the OB turns right, so there's plenty of room to throw an Anheuser, side hand, whatever you need to get to the basket on your second shot.
So we did have big scattered thunderstorms isolated that came through in the middle of the night, and it was torrential downpour. So the course did get a little wet after a couple days of being dry. Makes it for maybe sloppy footing, some of the grassy parts, a little bit of mud here or there, but
MJ catching a little bit of cabbage, but he's pretty far down there. He should be just fine.
yeah, I think you really want to get to the left of the road. If you're on the road, it's not the worst.
Just a little bit tighter. Like
Just a little
Kale's
tighter.
looks like a perfect angle as long as it doesn't go in the other pad, the seating over there, the woods. There's a lot of pines everywhere. Matthews needs to flip up straight.
Yeah,
that
should
looks
be
like a
good.
good line.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
And that's the ideal. That's perfect landing zone right there. Puts you far enough out to where you can really throw a turnover shot at the basket or just an easy sidearm.
So Cale, another really challenging line, and
I can't tell how close that is to his arm. I watched a buddy hit a tree and break his arm one time, and it always worries me. That looks good.
wow. Cale he's scrambling so far. A little low from MJ, but it could scoot on up. Yep.
He hit the top of the hill perfect, slowed him down. He just skipped right down to the
Yeah.
basket.
Perfect.
And if you notice in the rest of the comment, Matt's got a wonderful sidearm. Maybe a little early down at the bottom, uphill putt, outside the circle probably. Scott going thumber, and like you said with the wet grass, it is pretty soggy right there where he's standing.
Ooh.
Sit down. There it goes.
Safe, but I mean that's a circle 2 bid as well.
I don't know.
think.
Is there OB at the bottom down there or not really?
I think so. I think the creek down there, you could see the lines.
I think I see the flags.
the
in the
flags
back.
with a mat there, and I think it runs all the way down the left there.
Yeah, I never went past the basket, so I didn't know. I was always laying up at the basket for 3 with a drop-in par, so I couldn't get the tee shot right, like both rounds. And it's not even that hard of a tee shot. Pretty just easy stock. Just throw it straight and let it fall out left a little bit. Let's see how Scott does.
Yeah, just circle, race basket.
Sit down. Sit. Lean. It leaned. Cale to get a stroke back. Okay, Cale got one back. MJ has a chance to get one back or get one on the leader.
Well played, Cale. Gets himself on the board.
It's a good putt from Scott. It's elevated basket, downhill, putting up. So,
After just catching the band and it rolling halfway back to you.
yeah.
Four through 5 now for MJ.
That's the start you're looking for on the final round. Hole 6, 639 feet, par 4, very tight gap for about 150 feet. You're looking to land anywhere in this grass. And then there's 2 alleyways, but the way the drone's going is really the way you would like to go. And just try to get probably one of the harder birdies on the course.
Yeah, this hole came in at .04 over par, so it played about par, but it was the 5th most difficult hole.
Yeah, it's a great hole. There's so many. You have to execute a perfect tee shot and a perfect upshot to even get a putt at it. And if you're early on any of your releases or late on your releases, it's trouble left and right.
And I think this should be fine for Cale. Getting on the left side isn't the worst. It's okay to fade out over on the left, I think.
Just got to come out of there. Matthew's just a little off right now, but
Yeah. Yeah, you can usually tell probably within the first 3 or 4 holes kind of how someone's thrown the disc today.
man, I hit that same little tree Scott just hit on the first round we played out here. You miss that tree and it's perfect.
Tough line here. And he just got caught up on the right side there. Only progressed, I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 feet.
Oh, man.
Oh. Catches the only tree to miss.
Oh, Scott caught another one, so he's bogey at best on this hole. Cale has a chance to get 2 strokes. MJ has a chance to get 2 strokes.
Oh, yeah. I think Cale's
Slow
going to do
down.
it right there. Great shot, Cale.
We'll say that's a birdie.
Can MJ do it as well? And I think he will.
I mean, this
Little
could be
longer.
could be a 1-stroke difference between second and first after this hole.
So, Kev, this shot is insane.
Wow.
Hung out on the hole 7 there for a minute. Touchy little flick through a wall of trees. I mean, I was looking back. I didn't really see a gap.
Sometimes you just have to look for a gap in the trees and just aim for that first gap and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's like a spray and pray moment. And very fortunate there for Matt.
Okay. I believe Scott has that for bogey.
There's
MJ
one.
Birdie. 5 for 6.
5 for 6. Got himself a turkey.
MJ was my pick to win this.
Yeah.
It's just his golf. You know, just he's the best, if not one of the better woods golfers at our old age. And even at his young age, he was the best.
I could agree with all that.
And still better than a lot of the younger guys.
And it's just a joy to be around. I mean, anytime he's on the card, I just think everyone is having a good time.
Better believe it. That is definitely 100% true. So Cale drops this in. We got a 2-stroke difference. Cale and MJ at 27, Scott at 28. We had a 2-stroke difference on that one.
Now, Dan, let's meet our women's finalists.
How hard did she throw? I mean,
The women's division is getting a lot tougher.
World champion.
she's not holding back. Nope.
Good round, ladies.
Hole 7, 610 feet, par 4. A lot of people are going to throw sidearm down this side of the drone, but you can throw a straight shot to right on the right lane that get a good landing zone. And then a tough up shot where you're going to be probably trying to throw some kind of S shot. Let's see which way everybody goes.
Yeah, I really like this hole. I love holes that give you 2 options off the tee where you want to throw. Also, this has like a mega tee box. It's 2 tee boxes combined.
And those mega tee boxes we were talking about in one of the earlier rounds, it was kind of nice because this red clay and all the rain was just stuck to our feet. So everybody wasn't throwing from the same spot every time. And Cale put a move on this shot.
He went so far down the left side that he's in the spot you'd be from the right side.
That's what, yes, exactly. It looks like Matthew's going down the right side.
Interesting.
We haven't seen this yet.
No. And he catches the tree, but that should be fine. He
Yeah.
gets through all of it.
You kind of want to throw it a little bit flatter. It seems like you want to throw a hyzer, but you really don't. You want to just throw something straight.
Great shot there from Scott.
Oh, good ground action. And there's some more of that grass in the woods. I'm going to keep talking about it because it's beautiful. MJ going, there's this tight left gap, and it looks like he might have hit it.
He hit it all right.
No way.
Almost ramped up into the basket.
That is closer than my shot from the first round.
Oh, jeez.
Remember,
I mean, look how tight this is. The left side of that tree right there flips
so much
up,
power.
misses everything.
Johansen had a great shot on this hole before. Second shot. But that's from. It's hard to see in the video how tough that shot truly was.
Yeah, I mean, I would say at this point, these guys are hitting some of the tightest gaps I think I've seen them hit all tournament. The scrambles that we're seeing out here are...
Of course, like this, you have to be on your scramble game.
Yeah.
If not, you're going to take a bogey, and the bogeys start adding up, and it's just
Par is good.
Par is good on a course like this. I bet par out here is still like 970 golf. I didn't look, but.
Oh, Cale. Catching one of the last trees.
Scott throwing right at it.
Committed.
There you go. I think we have somebody that's going to be new for second place in just a second.
Crazy. All tournament long. Haven't seen him. And he decides to show up final day.
And starting off, I'm going to go ahead and give him this birdie wherever he's at. We're on hole 7, and he's got 6 of them now.
Yeah, he is nipping at Scott's heels. So it looks like final round even came in at a 964 rating.
Okay, so I was close.
Yeah, and that's with a smaller field as well.
Hole 8. You have a left Anheuser line, but I think the preferred line is the line the drone's flying right now. Look to hit something right here over stable and just fall to the basket. Pretty stock shot for any player of their caliber. Probably MJ and Cale are going to throw the little flippy line on the left side.
That turned over so much.
A little bit too much turned over, but he'll have something to throw at from down there.
Yeah, circle too big.
Miss that tree. Perfect, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Blakely's 2 for 2 now. Just putting it right under the basket. So, Kev, I went back and looked at round 2 just to see the full field.
Yes.
Even was 974 rated.
Okay.
So you're right
That
on
was
it.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Scott with a great drive. Cale going that Anheuser route that he threw perfectly on round 2.
Yeah, this one a little left.
A little short. Need a little bit more turn on it.
Should be inside the circle, though.
Let's see what MJ wants to do here.
Little wind gust. I mean, the wind came and went. I wouldn't say it was like the craziest thing out there that was like making you have to change your disc selection too much, but
No, but it was some 10-mile-per-hour wind gusts, like you said, at times. And I'm going to say that's why I missed all the putts I did this
There you
round.
go.
Had to have been.
Scott getting one back from MJ.
I missed. I guess Cale got the birdie.
Cale did get the birdie. Yeah.
Okay, I missed that putt.
It was when you were thinking about your putts and the ones you said you missed.
The dreaded Kevin missed way too many putts. Hole 9, 642 feet, par 4. I think some of these guys are going to throw it over those trees that we just looked over into the right, and you're trying to land right around here. This may be the tough, if it's not the toughest hole for par, it's got to be close.
Yeah, it is the toughest. I believe it was the toughest in the second round as well.
Yeah, it's one of those holes you get a 4 on, you're like, okay, I did what I needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You get a 3, I mean, it's more than a bonus birdie.
Yeah, we saw Johansen actually grab the birdie in round 2, and I think he was one of 3 birdies on the day. And if you could just penetrate the tree line here and get to this pad, it really does set you up for a birdie if you can execute that second shot. I would say the first shot really isn't the one. You're just kind of throwing a big hyzer and
and then
getting up there.
And then the angle of your second shot is so tricky to get to. Got some yelling going on in the background.
Oh, I actually forgot to mention. So at this time, so we're coming through hole 9 and hole 18 cross. The FP40 were in a playoff.
How many holes?
Mind you, so they went out hours before. They're out here playing. So they played 18 on a loop. We saw them on hole 9. They've already played the loop. They ended up playing the loop 5 times. So they played hole 18 5 times.
That's wild.
Yeah, so pretty insane.
And it's, in all honesty, it's not an easy walk back with all that's going on for them to just be playing hole 18 the whole time. I think if it's my decision, and I'm sure they thought about it, I think 1 and 18 loop probably would have been better. But Scott looks a little tight. But it's. I think it went.
Everything? Oh,
it caught something at the end, but it went pretty far.
Yeah, he caught that last tree right there, but he missed all the other ones.
I think somebody told me that the reason they didn't want to do 1 was to slow down
the tee times.
Yeah, which makes sense.
So that scramble right there from Cale is probably, I don't want to speak for him, but probably his best. He even came up to me. He was like, "Were you behind me in the woods on that one?" Like asking me if I saw the line. I didn't have the line, so I didn't see how difficult it really was. But that scramble was, I mean, insane.
It's just such a tough hole. It's so far. It's not even that far, 642 feet, but the way the angles are, it's just hard to get to.
Yeah, quarter stroke over par, so still played very, very difficult for the field. We're looking like see some pars here. So, Kev, we had 4 birdies on the day. Shout out to Trevor Harbaugh. He had it both rounds, I believe.
That's wild.
That is wild. Alan Jansen, who had the throw-in on 2. Stevie Brinster and Paul Oman. Shout out those guys getting their birdies.
Very good. That finishes up the front 9. And what do we got? We got negative 30 in the lead, couple 28s.
Anything can happen here on this back 9. Blakely fell off a little bit. I probably don't see him getting the win unless collapse from everyone else, but still a 3-horse race going into these final 9 holes. And Kev, none of these guys have taken down a major before, so we are going to see a new major winner here.
That's cool.
In this division.
And I'm sure.
So that's going to finish this up here for the front 9 of the final round, U.S. Masters. My name is Chris German for Kevin Gleason. We will see you on the back 9.
See y'all.